nation. Dial it in on your TV station. Heed the call, the escalation. This is your radio salvation. Go, 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 go.
Area 51.
Storm Area 51.
Storm Area 51.
Storm Area 51.
He's the 20-year-old college student behind the plan to storm Area 51. The late-night comics are having a field day.
The event is called Storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us. Maybe not, but they can stop some of you.
I say that a whole bunch of people are signed up on Facebook to Storm Area 51, and the organizer of the group said he was joking, and he's changed the concept for next month's big event that's on September 20th.
The mastermind behind Alienstock sent the internet into orbit last month with his joking plan for a mob raid titled Storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us. 2 million people signed up, so Roberts created the festival as a backup plan.
A lot of folks are taking the internet-fueled idea of storming Area 51, where conspiracy theorists think the government has aliens on ice.
It's not clear the 1.1 million Facebook followers who said they are going to storm Area 51 are real and not Russian bots. Brett?
Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon. Jennifer, thank you.
Started as a joke, a Facebook post calling on people to storm Area 51.
Storm Area 51, read Matty Roberts' Facebook post. They can't stop all of us.
Think Woodstock meets E.T. and you'll get Alienstock, the meeting place for all believers. Live music, drinks, food, and some otherworldly encounters.
Nobody's going to storm the base. But that festival, Alienstock, that they changed it to, sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, you should go and tell us all about it.
I will. How about that?
So this was about aliens and getting answers,
And
right?
getting and seeing
Finding
what's
the
there,
truth.
right?
Yeah, but we were actually told strictly that not to do that.
Wait, no, I want to know who you said you were told. Who told you not to do that?
FBI agent from the Sacramento office. It was a little bit spooky.
Roberts says the FBI has already come a-calling.
They knocked on the door, man. They showed up at 10 a.m. because I was kind of scared at this point, but they were super cool. They really just wanted to make sure I wasn't like some kind of actual terrorist that's making pipe bombs. They just kind of sat down and chatted with me for a little bit just to see what kind of guy I was, making sure I'm not building pipe bombs in the living room.
Saw the crowd. Alien believers are invading downtown Las Vegas. After months of controversy, drama, and back and forth, Alienstock has finally arrived.
This event, and of course, we got the man himself, Matty, right here. Thank you so much for joining us today. Great to see you. So tell me, how's it feel? I mean, did you ever think after you made this Facebook page it would turn into all of this?
No, absolutely not. They were playing music a little bit earlier, just kind of test everything out, and that smile just hit my face.
What do you plan on just doing tomorrow, kind of after this event here wraps up tonight?
Oh, dude, I'm taking a really long nap and eating a ton of chicken nuggets. That's the whole plan. It's my decompression.
Out here at the Downtown Event Center, you can see people still coming in here, of course, going through security. That's definitely a top priority out here, making sure that everyone is safe. You can hear that music is going, and this party is expected to keep going until about 1 o'clock.
It's live at the event. Cassie, any sightings of little green men? We had one in the studio earlier.
Well, not yet, but I can assure you these fans are keeping a close eye out for any of that paranormal activity, as you can see and hear. Festivities well underway here at the Downtown Las Vegas Event Center. We've got the DJ going here, astronomer, food trucks, rides, festival goers, of course, dressing up in case, the potential arrival of some otherworldly beings. There are 3 festivals festivals, as you heard, that started all thanks to that Storm Area 51 event that started a few months ago. Operator Matty Roberts
The way she take it to the floor, you should see my face. And you know me and Bob, we provide that bass. Outer space. Outer space.
Welcome back, everybody, to the next episode of After Dark with me. Yay. Guys, this is going to be a great show. If you guys watched that video, this is going to be some. I've been looking forward to this for like weeks and weeks and weeks. It's super fun. Before we get into Matty and everything and about the alien stuff, just a couple of quick things for you guys. You can download our app at Go Live Vegas. It is on for your Apple phone. It is on for your Android. You guys go to your stores and you can download us. You can take us with us. It's a live radio show that plays all the time, and you guys can listen to music and all kinds of good stuff. Also, check us out online at afterdark.host. If you go to that site, you can click on all the links. Brings you to our Facebook, to our YouTube channels, Periscopes, and Twitter, and all this good stuff. So check us out. Also, you guys can call in. You can ask questions. This is a good one to do. I'm telling you. 702-660-7666. The best number ever. And also, don't forget about our sponsor, Terror Sound Clothing out of the UK. A really good clothing company. You can check them out on Twitter and all that kind of good stuff. We have upcoming guests. Speaking of ghosts and weird things, Jay Wasley from Ghost Adventures on the Travel Channel is going to be coming in. I got Johnny Katz. He's a Las Vegas Review Journal guy, local here in town, does all the entertainment stuff. He has all the entertainment gossip here in town. It's amazing. He's going to be really fun. My buddy Murray Sawchuck is going to be on. And we just booked Christian Brady for our St. Patrick's Day show. Chris, if you don't know who he is a guitar player for the band Hell Yeah, the rock band Hell Yeah. That was Vinnie Paul's band. So tune in, guys. We got lots of great stuff coming on up. So let's just get right into it. Holy shit, you're here, and I'm so excited, Matty. This is Matty Roberts, guys. Thank you guys for coming in. And Frank DiMaggio, thank you guys for coming in. This is super cool. And when I heard that I had the possibility to get you on, Frank messaged me. He was like, "Hey, do you want Matty Roberts from the Storm Area?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I do." I was like, how soon can this happen? First of all, this whole thing that started, I ain't gonna lie, I joined on that shit right away because I remember I'm literally sitting on stage in between shows at the Haunted Museum, and I'm like, Stormy, I was like, this is fucking hilarious. And I read it, and I'm like, first of all, I didn't know what a Naratu run was, so I had to Google that because I'm old, but also super funny. So many good things. I have so many questions, and I hope people call in. Please, guys, please call in. If you guys have questions, please tune in. So let's start from the top, man. How did this all start?
Okay, so I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast with Bob Lazar a few days earlier in late June.
Yes.
That kind of put the whole conspiracy of Area 51 in the back of my head. And then on June 27th, it's 3 a.m. I've had a couple drinks. And I come up with this...
all good ideas start.
Right? And I had this sudden idea to storm Area 51 with the power of the internet. And so I created that event, expected it to get about 40 people, and then it just blew up and never stopped.
So you write this thing out at like 3 o'clock in the morning or something?
Yes.
All right. And then when you woke, so you went to bed. When you woke up the next day, do you remember how many people had already signed up by that point?
The first 3 days are actually kind of dead. So over the course of the first 3 days, I think I had maybe 40 to 60 followers.
Yeah.
And then on July 1st, I'm sitting at work and my phone keeps buzzing. So I'm like, what the hell is that? So I pull my phone out, check the page, and now I've got 400 people interested or going from that 40.
Yeah.
And then it just keeps going on. I get off work, check it again, and it's at 2,000. And so that's pretty much the exponential growth it kept doing for the entire life of the event.
Yeah, because when I found out about it, it was at several 100,000.
Yeah.
At that point, and I was like, "Oh, this is hilarious." I was like, and I looked at it. I was like, "This has got to be a goof." I mean, is that how you? Obviously, you didn't have any real ideas to like, "Oh, I'm gonna go run in like a cartoon character and get through here and not be shot up."
No, I didn't expect it to go anywhere, actually, because
you were just like, I'm drunk, this is funny as hell.
Yeah, the meme page I had at the time, I only had 80 followers on it, so I never expected anybody to see it. And then before I know it, it's getting posted on Reddit. There's YouTubers doing videos on it, and it got to the point where there was 250,000 people RSVPing every single day.
Wow.
It was bonkers.
Yeah, that had to be nuts.
It didn't really click with me until the news van started showing up at my house and my work. I'm
did
like, dude, I don't want to talk to you. Right
Did they try to call you ahead of time, or were they just like literally pulling up, like they found you online and found your home address and just started pulling up?
So about that, I just learned actually pretty recently, because I never changed my address when I moved to the DMV in California.
Okay.
So I had spoken to my old neighbor because some of my mail got sent there, and apparently they all just showed up to my old house looking for me because that's what they had on file.
Oh my God.
So I guess after that, that's when they decided to reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, things like that.
So how many like interview requests a day were hitting you at one point?
Oh my gosh,
was
man!
it just like a ridiculous amount?
I can't count that high.
Really? Wow, that is so great. So how did you meet this guy, Frank, over here?
He'll probably tell that story better than I can.
So how did you get involved with this, Frank?
So in the beginning, there was a group of guys out in Pahrump that when they heard about this, this movement, everybody was worried about it not being a safe place to go. And these guys in Pahrump basically called us to help them do a festival that would divert large
take the
percentage
traffic
of that crowd
away from going to the actual
a one-lane highway,
a dirt road. Because I mean, I've been up to it.
It's not festival
no,
ready.
No, obviously.
Not.
I mean, and obviously, once the government heard about this, they had to have some very interesting things to ask you.
Oh my gosh, man! They talked to me for I think 2 full hours.
Now, did they come to your home?
Oh yeah.
Or did they pull you in? Did they make you come into an office, or they just went to your house and were like, "We need to talk about this"?
Yeah, they came to my house and wanted to talk to me about it. I'm like, let me verify you guys are actual agents
Yeah.
first. So I called the Sacramento office to verify all their information that they were giving me and stuff like that. And once they checked out, I was like, yeah, you guys can come in.
Wow.
And they just sat me down in the living room and pretty much talked about
FBI.
every single
And it was like
aspect
legit
of my
FBI,
life.
like suits, black suit guy kind of
They actually
dudes?
weren't in suits. They were dressed in plain clothes.
Really?
I have no idea what kind of car they drove either.
Wow.
And they avoided all the security cameras I had on my house.
Really?
So they just kind of appeared on the door.
They must have looked into you a little bit before they came to visit.
Oh yeah,
is going to be.
That's what scares me the most. The one thing they told me was that you were really easy to find, and I was like, don't tell me that.
Well, I mean, here was the thing. It isn't like you were trying to hide from anybody.
Yeah.
You were like, hey, this is funny. I'm drunk as shit. I'm gonna fucking do this. This thing's like a goofy thing. It's like my friends will think this is funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I've posted a lot of dumb shit in my life, and I was like, just out of a goof. But like, this is probably the best joke of 2019 as far as
I'm calling it the best meme or the most popular meme
it's insane.
in 10 years.
Like it was every day my phone, like once I clicked on it, the thing to go, every day was like bloop, 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 bloop.
Everything was something to do about aliens or Area 51.
It was
like,
everywhere.
I had accidentally managed to set the entire internet on fire for like 3 months.
So I love the Bob Lazar interview, by the way, because I love Joe Rogan's podcast.
Dude, he's so
Joe Rogan,
entertaining.
if you ever see this, you're amazing. I love you. Bob Lazar that's a fucking guy.
Dude.
Like that guy's the information that guy has, and like the stuff he talked about. I mean, it blew my mind. So
It blows my mind
were you
to this
into
day.
like alien stuff, or was it just like I'm just gonna do it as a goof?
I was never really into alien stuff at all. Like I used to watch Ancient Aliens on History Channel when I was younger.
Which is a fantastic show.
Yeah, but I mean that was about it. That was the
That
extent of my
orange guy
knowledge.
is my favorite guy. The
Yeah.
guy with the hair. I love that guy. That guy could read the telephone book and I'd listen to it.
Oh my gosh, man, he's hilarious. He's just so animated. In
Oh my god,
everything
he
does.
loves everything. He loves everything about his job. I love
It's
it.
so great. Like I just want to get paid to do what he does.
Yes, he is so enthusiastic. I love that guy.
It's great.
So the FBI guys show up to your house. You smartly on your part, you go like, all right, let's just make sure you are. I mean, because obviously they've had ID with them.
Yeah, they had the ID, the little laminated badges, but I was like, anybody.
But anybody
rent
can make
a
that.
laminator.
Exactly.
Go to Kinko's.
Yeah, you can make anything online pretty much these days. So you verify who they are, and then so they come in. And what was the first thing they say to you?
Well, the first thing they said to me was, they shook my hand and introduced me, and then tell me. Well, then they told me that I was easy to find, and then after that, it's like, so what's this about storming Area 51? And I was like, shit,
boss.
But their main concern with the whole thing was whether or not people were sending me death threats or actually threatening to raid the base, which I had quite a few people that were saying, oh, I'm loading up my RV with this, and this, and we're going to storm the base. And I'm like,
So you got some weird.
"Please
You got
don't."
some weird. What was the weirdest message you got?
Oh man.
There had to be. I'm sure there's a bunch, but if you can just give me like a couple of real, like ones that stand out in your mind.
The weirdest one that stands out to my mind wasn't even a message to me. It was a message to my buddy Brock.
Okay.
He had been messaged by this woman who claimed to be impregnated by an alien, was carrying the alien's child, and then decided to send pictures of the alien's dick.
Alien dick pics.
Why do we not have this right now?
I don't know, but
Brock, you favorite? That's that's in your favorites.
If this is not on a T-shirt next year, you are losing out, my friend.
the way he described it, I don't know if I ever want to see it.
You
so
need to.
I'm
First of all,
glad
they
I
do
never
make
read
an
that
alien
message.
dildo, by the way. That shoots eggs into the.
So here's something.
That's a real
I
thing.
think I saw that on Vice actually.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Here's something
I
you
love
probably
America.
don't know. So because of the Storm Area 51 thing, these guys got contacted by Pornhub.
Yeah.
Because Pornhub shot up over 6,000% under the alien sex search.
Really?
And they did it state by state.
Are you shitting?
Take a guess. Which state had the highest searches for alien?
I'm gonna go with Arkansas.
That's where Brock's
That's where he's
from.
from.
Am I right?
No.
Oh, too bad.
Alaska.
Alaska. Wow.
Wasn't West Virginia number 2?
I don't think Nevada was even on there, was it?
It was, not in the top.
Not in the top 10?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is great.
Isn't that
so
crazy?
Alaska loves alien porn.
Well, see,
you know what?
The
I'm
crazy
gonna
thing,
I'm gonna keep that in my Rolodex.
The crazy thing about that's how crazy this was is if you
Yeah.
really want to delve into pop culture,
Yeah.
you have to include porn. You
Oh, of
have to
course.
include it.
I mean, Ron Jeremy is a caricature.
He doesn't
of
like
himself.
to pay for his own dinner.
No, he doesn't like to bathe either. So there's that. You know.
I'll tell you. That's another podcast.
Yes, I'm sure it is. But so the FBI guys come in. They say, "Hey, you're really easy to find," which is mildly probably unsettling.
It gave me a lot of anxiety. for a
Yeah,
little,
it's like,
little bit there.
okay, well, thanks. You're gonna kill me, aren't you?
Yeah,
and
that's kind of what I thought. I thought I was going to disappear.
Do you think they were gonna take you like, "Hey, we're gonna go for a ride right now"?
That's fully what I expected.
Yeah, because it's like some Men in Black shit. Like,
Yeah, I was shitting my pants the entire time.
yeah, like so. How many for how many days after they left were you just like peeking out your window every freaking night, like, oh shit balls?
I actually wasn't that worried after
No?
they left. Like they left on good terms. Like I would invite those guys.
Were they pretty
Like,
friendly? Like, I mean, it
They were
wasn't
super friendly.
It wasn't like they were just like, hey man, you're not really gonna do this, right?
Yeah, like they wanted to kind of feel out my intentions a little bit,
Yeah.
make sure I'm not a terrorist
Like-
that's just kind of putting on this guise of this teenager.
Yeah, realizing like, hey dude, this literally is a joke.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
I didn't think this was gonna be a thing.
Yeah, so I explained the whole story to them, explained all my intentions, what I kind of want to do going forward, and
Yeah.
after that, they were just kind of concerned. They wanted me to like show them if I had any people threatening my life or stuff like that. So
Gotcha.
it was
Or
almost-
threatening to like do something to the installation or whatnot.
Yeah, just
And then they would pop up. We were in a meeting with the guys from downtown Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And our guy down there, Bud, got a phone call while we were in the middle of preparation for the
for the show. Yeah.
It's fucking FBI. They called me. Remember, on the way there
Yeah.
one day, and asked if there was any death threats, and if there's any. I'm like,
So here's the thing: they're obviously monitoring you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
they're obviously. I mean, they can get in and see everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
Realistically, I mean, Facebook. Come on.
If they want to, they can.
If they want to look at what you're doing, they'll know what you're doing. But I mean, it was interesting that was one of the big things. They were wondering whether or not you're getting death. Did you why would anybody threaten your life? Like, what did you like?
more when he pulled out of Rachel and doing the
Oh,
event
okay.
in
So
Rachel.
because I remember.
That was a part of it. That was kind of like the second wave. There was a good first wave of people that were just really angry towards me.
Did you actually read what I wrote? Because the Naruto run am I saying that right?
Naruto.
Naruto. Okay. I've seen it. If anybody does that, very easy to shoot down.
Yes.
No one is going to get very far. First of all, that's not a good even moving technique.
It's very easy to fall over.
Yeah, it's very. I watched it. I'm like, okay, that's not going to work.
That was I think the fear, because there was other guy. We heard about some guys out in Pahrump that were arming a truck and buying weapons from pawn shops
to try to.
They're actually gonna
durable distance.
They have
It's like
plenty of
15 miles
chances
of
to
desert.
take
They're
you
never
out.
going to make it. Those guys who are out there aren't the government.
When he
Those
said
guys
they
are
can't stop all of us,
They're basically
Yeah.
mercenaries.
Yeah, those guys are going to mess you up.
and they're waiting.
so
and they're
fast.
waiting to do it.
Yeah,
too.
they're bored as shit out there,
like,
and they're just
1,000
like,
people?
Yeah, they're just like, oh, this is gonna be so good.
Yeah.
We're gonna shoot all these dumb little bastards.
But so I mean, here's something a lot of people don't actually know. Since we were kind of talking about Naruto, that was actually added as an afterthought because originally it was worded to be completely serious.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
But then it started to blow up, so I edited that, and then I added that in.
Okay, well, see, that's an interesting thing I
cheek.
didn't know. That's really, it is, dude. It is super. Like, because I read that, I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I'm like, my old ass gets online, I'm like, and I'm like, okay, this is completely ridiculous.
Yeah, you've made.
Because at that point, if you were buying into this being real, at that point, you're an idiot. I mean,
absolutely.
You know who Joe Bartels is, the newscaster?
No,
here? Channel is he Channel 13?
Channel 13.
13. He's Naruto ran behind him.
I think I actually saw that.
Look
footage.
it up. He got a million fucking
I did
hits.
see that footage. I remember
it was so stupid
because it got played over and over and go online. Everyone's like, "Oh, you."
It went viral.
Yeah,
it was.
I do remember seeing it. Was because he was like. He just kind of was like that.
That was just like the peak of the meme.
Oh my
it was
god,
so funny. When I saw
so good. Oh my god. I mean,
and we saw. I mean, we did TMZ, Good Morning America.
Yeah. That stuff just started lining up. I mean,
I've never done so much talking in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I haven't.
Especially when we pulled out of the deal and brought it to Vegas.
Yeah.
Which
to me, I remember talking because you and I were talking online because we were talking about like other stuff too, and then you were like, "Hey, I'm doing this thing," and I'm like, I remember hearing about it, and I'm like, well, it makes way more sense to do it here than the middle of bumblefuck nowhere.
To take it all away and step back, if there would have been 10,000 people out there. I mean, a few people got hurt in car accidents and stuff.
Yeah.
If there would have been 10, 20, 30,000 people out there, somebody would have
died.
Well,
there's no infrastructure out there.
There was nothing.
I mean, that's
there's
the
no
reality.
infrastructure, and it's a 2-lane road that's 50 miles away from the nearest gas station.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
no cell phone service.
Yeah.
I mean, so you have an asthma attack.
You're fucked.
You're stuck in a line of traffic. What are you going to do?
You're going to die.
What's the contingency for that? 4 hours to get another ambulance out there. 4 hours.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it was.
dead.
I mean, obviously, it was like, okay, we're going to do this little thing, and then when you look at the sheer numbers, that are coming at you, it's like, okay, at some point you're going to like, okay, this is not going to happen because the infrastructure, the money that it takes to create an infrastructure of safety and security and just bathrooms.
Oh, dude, it's astronomical. It's
insane. It's insane,
especially for an event like that. It was so controversial. So everybody went completely over the top.
Ours without the talent, we were going to bring in Sublime and Sugar Ray and a couple other bands, Cypress Hill. Without the bands, it was still $500,000 infrastructure. $100,000 just for medical alone, which is what you have to have.
Minimum.
There's no shortcuts to that.
No,
because
people are going to get hurt.
If there's a piece of glass on the ground, somebody will find it.
If something can go wrong, it will.
Yeah, it's Murphy's Law. I mean, there's no way. Not only a good band, but also a very good, very good thing. But and that's the thing. It's like people don't understand when you put on a show. What it takes, people are like, oh my God, these guys it costs so much to get in. I'm like, do you realize what that ticket, like, what that goes to before? They're not even seeing any of this money. The first money that's walking in is nothing. Like you're not none of that.
Imagine driving all that stuff out to 150 miles. Into the desert.
I've done shows in the desert. Like I did some corporate event. Literally, they created this little camp in the desert, and it was cool. But there was nothing out there. I mean, you're in the darkness, and that's it. And I'm like. It's neat, but if you put 100,000 people there, someone's going to die.
Some people, what they thought is because their business started to increase out there because of talking about it, is we can buy a shitload of T-shirts and water and make a fortune and charge for parking. Not how are we going to make sure people don't get hurt? How are we going to make sure people stay hydrated? How are we going to make sure people don't get in a crash? What if? That's how you start there and you end with. Product,
obviously, I mean, merch is a great thing. Don't get me wrong, I love merch, and all that stuff too. But at the same time, it's like there's all this other stuff. There's wristbands have to be made, have to be bought. Yes. You have to have people out there parking cars, flashlights, batteries, vests, all this stuff. All this stuff costs money, and it takes time to do it.
Then you have security is a big thing.
Yeah.
And then you add alcohol.
Yeah.
Or whatever else the fuck you're going to do.
Or what else? Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't know what someone's going to do in the parking lot before they get inside.
Yeah. But you're responsible.
When
I met these guys, they said, if anything goes wrong, doesn't matter. It's your fault. It's going to be all your fault.
Oh yeah.
And
you'll be paying that off for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Or probably end up in prison.
Yeah.
So we pulled them out, and I pulled them out, and I pulled them out publicly.
Yeah.
So we went directly to the news and ended
the affiliation with the other
and said
people,
they're going to do something out there, but Alienstock is not going to be part of it.
It's not going to be part. Which I think, to me, that doing it here in town, It just makes more
way
sense.
cooler than we could have ever done.
Of course, yeah. So one question is, I mean, I'm sure people want to know is, are you going to do it again here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
June 13th.
June 13th. All
Downtown
right.
Las Vegas. And that's not the only thing we're doing. We got some other stuff doing. You're going to see a massive.
Is there going to be an alien movement coming?
There's
Is that what
going to
you're?
be an alien
Is that what you're
movement
alluding
coming.
to, my friend?
Possibly.
And it's going to it has a lot to do with the election year and
Nice.
and where it's going to take place. We are now have become advocates for, and Matty inadvertently has become a voice, and people listen to him, and he now wants some answers. We went this far.
Give me the
Let's not make it a
information,
joke anymore. Let's
Yeah.
get a little more serious. Keep it fun.
Yeah,
But we
yeah.
want we want some answers. We want to hear.
About the stuff that's actually out.
That's
at
right.
on the base.
And
'Cause,
now-
I mean, Bob Lazar clearly stated that Area 51, the thing that everybody knows, is
Is
not what
bullshit.
is not what.
No,
what,
it's Site 4.
Yeah, it's
He
Site-
gave him
exactly.
3 months to get rid of it anyway. And
Yeah,
there's probably nothing there anymore.
Yeah. Here's the thing. So this is something I've talked to like my friends and my girlfriend even like. What do you think? Like, if people actually found out that aliens exist, like the government comes forward, like, yep, here's pictures of the stuff we have. These are the things that are coming out here, and yeah, they do stuff. What do you think would happen? Like, do you think people could actually handle that? 'Cause
Well,
I
that's
think
the problem.
A lot of people would lose their shit.
The government's now admitting that there is UFOs.
There was just a new NASA video released. Did you
Exactly.
see this one?
Yeah, I saw it
just the other day.
Yeah. So
from the space station.
They're releasing little by little because they know we know.
Yeah.
But the good thing about what happened with Alienstock is we were able to bridge the gap between people that sit home and watch Ancient Aliens and are all about the conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And the party people who
Yeah.
are our generation.
We just like the little green men.
Now it's okay to talk about.
Yeah.
We're not in some secret location doing podcasts. Excuse
Yeah.
me, for people that no you know what I mean. But people that they hide and they have a following, but it's all
People
underground.
with tinfoil on their windows. And
We
stuff.
took it from. It's not underground anymore.
Yeah.
Starbucks
Now you go
was
talk
using
about
an
it at a
alien.
restaurant.
Starbucks used it. Red Bull used it.
Really?
Budweiser made a can based on the Area 51 movement.
Oh my
They
God.
changed their label. He was
so
20 at the time.
How old are you now?
21.
You're 21. Hey, you legally can have fun now.
Yeah.
Yes.
we didn't approach Budweiser, but we sure as hell are for the next one.
Yeah, of course.
So that they called this the most important meme of the last 10 years because people didn't just look at it and laugh.
Mm-hmm.
They actually did something.
Actually did something
He
and it
forced
made a
people
lasting
to
change.
move.
Yeah.
It was a movement.
I mean, obviously, I'm anybody who's involved in the world and in life and stuff obviously has a curiosity. Like, I mean,
everybody wants to know where it
anybody
come
with
from.
half a brain knows that we can't be the only things that exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somewhere there has to be the exact same setup with the planet at the right distance from a star that is able to create and manifest life of some sort.
There's too much distance and there's too many celestial bodies out there for there not to be
you
life somewhere.
I can't say that either way, but we don't need somebody to tell us what we're ready to hear.
Yeah.
Let us decide for
if they do
ourselves.
exist, we should know about it. It's not.
I'm just very curious. Like, what would that do?
I don't think they're here to kill us. I don't think they're here
No.
to destroy us. So if they're not
I mean,
hostile,
here's the thing: if they have the ability to get to us,
Yeah.
they have the ability to do whatever they would want to us anyway.
Exactly.
Number one, so that obviously that's just like a thing that would be normal. But by theory, anybody that intelligent is past the aggressor stage.
Yeah.
Theoretically, obviously we don't know that to be true because we've never done it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would be friggin' neat to know if something like actually is happening and they've actually come here and we've had interactions with them of some sort.
That would be cool to know.
Is that where Velcro came from? That's what I need to
we
know.
have a friend that lives
We
here.
still don't understand Velcro.
Right? It's
We have
hook and loop.
We've got a friend that's here in Vegas, and he holds the transcripts to when the crash in Roswell.
Mhm.
Supposedly, one of the aliens survived, and was alive for about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And he finally learned. He learned to communicate with a nurse.
Yeah.
And the nurse transcribed everything, and then the alien passed away.
Yeah.
Those transcripts are in the possession of a friend of ours.
Yeah.
He's doing a movie documentary about it. But when you sit and talk to him about this, you'll believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, it does
Let me
not
tell you,
sound like,
I watched that Bob Lazar interview on Joe Rogan's thing.
Yeah.
And it was great. And I was like, all right, and I immediately went to Netflix. And I was like, I'm watching this thing. My girlfriend and I both, I'm like, okay, we're watching this shit tonight. And I mean,
we watched Firefest first.
Firefest. I watched part of that, and I'm like, this is dumb.
Yeah,
I did the same.
We definitely weren't going to do a Firefest.
No. But I mean, it's a really neat thing. Like, I mean, you watch Bob Lazar's thing. The great thing about him, the thing that I find interesting about him, is he doesn't care about alien shit at all.
He really doesn't. It's
He's a science. He's a propulsion guy. His thing was.
Did you ever see the jet cars that he built?
Yeah,
those things
super
are
cool. I want to ride those. Like, I mean, but you talk to the guy and he's just like, Element. I think what is it?
Element 115.
115. And I'm like, and the way he talks about stuff, he's like, you don't understand, like, what this does. Like, we don't know how this comes about, and in the propulsion system that makes these things move is just like nothing you've ever seen or heard. It literally bends gravity.
Yeah, like makes a space where no gravity is, so it sucks it in.
And it uses it to propel. So that's why they can make those crazy movements, because there's nothing inside the craft. You're not going to get thrown around and I'm like, fuck, that's really neat.
It's
like,
crazy.
I mean, it makes you just think about it, like, because they're always like, aliens, whatever, you're full of shit. Because it's always some dude in Alabama. Let's be honest. I mean, I got abducted, and then I'm in the ship, and then they're touching me.
Or Arkansas.
Or Arkansas. So, I mean, I performed in Arkansas many times. They're nice people. But, they do have some interesting things happen out in the cornfields for some reason.
It's always the cornfields.
It's always the cornfields, right? And that's the other thing. Like, all those, like, there were guys who came out and talked about the corn, about how they make the crop circles and stuff. The crop circle thing, I'm kind of like,
You were just bored and wanted to make crop art.
It looks very much man-made to me.
Yeah.
To me. But, what do I know? So, you're going to do another Alienstock here in town.
Yes.
And it's going to be, you said June
13th.
13th. Yeah. So, and do you have some, like, can you give us like some sneak peek?
We're going to be working with Collective Zoo again.
Okay.
So it's going to to be all EDM.
All EDM stuff?
Yeah, they were the same guys that curated the lineup for last year, so I expect it to be really similar.
Nice.
So, yeah. We're gonna.
Is it going to be a multiple day thing, or is it a
no?
We're
going to shrink it. We're going to shrink it down to the big tent that they have that holds like 5,000 or 6,000 people. Just because last year was kind of a really big deal.
Yeah.
And we don't want to overstaff or overpromise or anything, so it's better. We think we can do 5,000 or 6,000 people this time.
Yeah.
But this time,
I think that's a very low number, to be honest with you.
But we can expand if we need to. So
yeah.
Alienstock. It needs to be. We're going to do it. It's going to be an annual thing in Vegas. This is where technically this is where it started.
This is its home.
Yeah. So without giving, I mean, you said you were living in California. Are you still currently California based, or are you now?
I visit every once in a while, but I live here in Vegas.
You live here in Vegas now.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. How long have you been here now?
What, like 3 months?
3 months. Oh, okay. So you're a new guy. Yeah, nice.
Still fairly fresh.
Still fairly fresh. Still everything's still new. When you go down the strip, it's still kind of, this is kind of neat still.
I was bored of the strip the second time I went
down.
Yeah.
The best time to go down the strip, if you get on a motorcycle and go down the strip at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, it's really the best view is on a motorcycle.
I want to get another motorcycle so bad.
Dude, motorcycle.
I'll probably die on it. So
nah, man, you just gotta. I mean, you gotta watch.
It's not us. It's
if you're going to die, just don't.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's a lot of bad drivers. I got hit out here on the 15 at like 65 miles an hour.
Oh my gosh, Vegas has worse drivers than LA.
I clipped my Harley and I got sucked into the wheel and I had pushed myself off the car and I managed to hold it together. And I don't even know how it happened.
Were you wearing your shitting pants that day?
Dude, let me tell you, I got done. I pulled off to the side and I'm like sitting there going, holy shit, I'm not dead. That's all I could think of. My leg hurt, like my toes. I pulled my shoe off and there was blood coming out of my toenails because my leg got smashed by the car.
That's
so
gnarly.
hard. But I walked away. You know what? And I rode the bike home. Rode the bike home.
Badass.
Rode the bike home. I just put some ice on it and put my foot up.
Did the car stop and see if you were okay?
Yeah. Like the cops came and the whole thing. I actually got a ticket. They gave me a ticket, oddly enough.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because you're a Satanist.
No, it's because I'm a Jew.
They knew we had extra money somewhere.
They could see my Shylock nose from a mile away.
We have a partner that's Jewish, so we get it.
Oh my God. So you believe aliens exist?
To an extent. I'm still kind of iffy on it, but the more I learn about it, it's like, I can't explain that.
Yeah.
But that's why we're kind of pressuring the government a little bit. Give me the answers.
What
I want to know.
how far have you gotten with that whole thing?
That's not released yet.
Not released yet. Okay, all right.
When it releases, it'll be released in a bigger and more organic way than the original Storm Area 51.
Ah, okay.
So it's an election.
But you
year.
guys are making headway.
Yeah, we're gonna take some. What do you call it? Focus off this bullshit election that I'm sick of hearing about.
Oh, it's a joke.
Yeah, let's give people something really.
I've tuned out. I tuned out so long ago to all of it. I'm like,
how about just shut up and tell us what you got?
Yeah.
Just let us know what you got.
My thing is,
we're ready.
You're just voting for the liar you like the most.
I know.
This election year, I promise to vote for the person I see the most ads for.
Yeah, Tom Steyer.
Oh my God,
that guy is everywhere.
He really
I
is.
had no idea who this guy is, but man, I know. I feel like I know him.
I see like 4 commercials in a 30-minute episode when I'm watching
He's
TV.
everywhere. You can't go down the street without seeing Tom Steyer.
I know.
He's
ridiculous.
You see him more than the Hustler ads.
And those are everywhere.
And they're everywhere.
It's just bonkers, man.
Oh my God! I mean, it helps to be a billionaire, I guess. like Trump is doing nothing. Like you don't see anything from him whatsoever. He's like, I'm the president. You know who I am.
They've been shit talking him since he was in office. So what's he gonna do? Shit talk back?
Yeah.
He's been shit talking for the whole time he's there.
I do. I love the fact that he causes so much drama.
He's the entertainment.
I grew up in New York, and I love the fact that people. I don't think some people get the fact that he says shit just to piss you off.
I know, and they get a reaction every time.
I don't even think he wanted the job. I think he was saying dumb shit, going, "I'm going to say this," and there's no way I'm going to get hired.
That he made a bet with one of his other rich buddies.
Yes.
He's like,
watch
I bet you $100K I can win the presidency.
Because all these guys always make these promises, and they're like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and in the very first 100 days, I'm going to do this, and then they get in, and then all of a sudden, none of it's happening. Because you know why? There's a reason why the other guy didn't do it either. Because now you know you can't do that.
Yeah.
So welcome to the shit show, buddy. Now you look like a dick.
Always, I would much prefer to be entertained by our president.
Oh my God, it's super funny. I
watch
watch these grown adults literally bitching at each other and calling each other's names, and I'm like, this is so good.
I've watched politics like break apart families, and it's really juicy to watch from like the sideline. I'm just sitting there eating my popcorn while they hate each other.
I mean, I have friends on so many different levels of the LGBTQ communities, obviously entertainer people, conservative, liberal, I have everybody, because I like everybody. I don't give a shit. And I'm like, but I watch them online, and man, they're so aggressive about it, and they're so wrapped up.
They're really militant about politics.
Like
it's
people,
like, dude, why?
I mean, you got the Antifa idiots out there like throwing stuff and beating people up, and I'm like, I always love that they always pick on like the weakest person also they can find. Yeah. I'm like, I've never seen them like walk into a group of Hell's Angels and be like,
do that in Harlem.
We're gonna Antifa you. It's like you're gonna go to the hospital. Is what you're gonna do.
Do that in Jamaica, Queens.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Hey guys, just so you know, if you guys are watching, listening, whatever, 702-660-7666. Call in. You can talk to Matty live right now, guys. You can talk in. You have questions. You want to ask anything. He's here to talk about it.
Come say hi. I'm not mean.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is the most bizarre thing because it's like you're literally have turned into a meme.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
What has been your favorite meme of you so far?
Oh my gosh. Okay, if it's actually like a picture of me, there was one where they had photoshopped me in front of the extraterrestrial highway sign with an alien that was Naruto running across the highway. It was hilarious. But just my favorite meme in general was the Thanos meme from Infinity War, where he's got his gauntlet. He's like, they called me a madman, because it was referring to me.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. So what has been?
He died at the end. You know that, right?
Spoiler alert.
In case you haven't seen the movies yet, right? So, what has been the weirdest like personal encounter like with like a fan or somebody who obviously sees you like at one of these things? Have you had any like really weird things? Has anybody like given you like their underwear? Or
he did sign his first set of boobs.
I did sign a pair of tits at the event, which was actually kind of cool.
It's pretty great, right?
I would love to do it again if anybody's willing.
Yeah, that was,
they're a little furry, but I think you can get past it.
I'll make it work.
I actually have done that. Oddly enough, as a magician / sideshow performer, we get some weird fans every once in a while.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I did that. I remember the first time I did it, and I'm like looking at this girl. I'm like, how old are you exactly? Because I was at a music festival. I was performing. I opened up for Good Charlotte at this music festival in New York.
That's funny.
And afterwards, I got done with my show, and this girl come up, and I'm like, you look very 15. And I was like, how old are you? She's like, I'm 16. I'm like, and that's not going to happen. I was like, here, I'll sign on your arm. Have a good day.
See, I didn't have to worry about that, though, because our show was 21 plus.
Yeah, well, that's
so
the
I had
beauty
a nice
of Vegas,
guarantee.
right? Because,
Yeah.
like, you don't have to ID anybody.
Yeah.
We're actually going to be working with Good Charlotte at a balloon festival.
I've done a couple of shows with them.
Glass City.
Yeah, I opened for
those guys
them.
are so into business now that they don't have time to tour.
Wow.
They're so into other things
Yeah,
now.
they got
don't
their
tour
own
anymore.
projects and
The two
stuff.
brothers, they're like insanely
They
intelligent.
were really nice. I mean, I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. They were really nice guys. Like, I had no problem. I worked with them in New York, and then we did a show in Minot, North Dakota.
Jeez.
Yeah, at
Not during the winter, I
North
hope.
Dakota State Fair. No, it was during the summertime.
Okay.
And the airport is almost about, it's just a little bigger than the room we're in right now. We literally flew in. There's four gates. There's only one room that all 4 gates empty into, and they have one luggage carousel.
Oh my
and
God!
That's
How
it.
long did it take you to get your luggage?
About 2 minutes. It was
That's actually
great.
pretty sweet.
Oh, the upside is great. So when we were flying out, we were all like stuck on this little tiny like 3-seater,
like a little
plane.
Cessna.
It was a
Holly airplane.
3-seater, so it was like 2 and 1s, and that was it. And then you hopped to like a normal town.
That's a little baby thing.
Yeah. So
the Buddy Holly airplane.
but the fair was great. Like Kiss played there. They played.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, they bring in like these big acts, but it's in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
But the town is a military town. It's an Air Force town. So the majority, more than half of the population, is Air Force. Super great people. I had a blast.
Okay, so you mentioned Air Force, and that is actually my weirdest experience with a fan.
Okay.
The first time my buddy Brock and I had come to Vegas to try to look for a venue for this festival, and the hotel that we're checking into is full of a bunch of Air Force members. I'm getting dirty looks from like the captains.
Did they recognize you?
Yes.
Oh.
Everybody recognized me, so they're all staring at me, and I'm like, oh,
You're like, you're that fucking kid.
And, yeah. But then there was this one huge group that all wanted to take pictures with me, and I just thought it was the funniest thing because like I should be public enemy #1 for these guys.
Oh my God, that's so funny. But those guys, those guys, even some of those guys have some great UFO stories of like encounters, and they're like, holy shit, there's this thing and it's doing something really weird and we don't know what it is, and they're like, okay, you don't talk about that now, bye-bye.
Yeah, don't tell anybody about that. We'll take care of it.
It's so weird, like the stuff that's out there. Like you can go online. I mean, obviously a lot of videos online are just bullshit, but whatever. But there's a few of them where it's like actual Air Force video that
Did you see the one that the Navy released?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so Rogan actually has a podcast with that pilot.
I watched that one as
David
well.
Fravor. That one's really
I watch
good.
his podcast religiously. It's so good. But yes, that whole thing. You watched it too.
Yeah.
That guy. I mean, here's a guy. He has nothing to gain.
He doesn't even care about aliens.
Yeah.
Dude. He's just like, I don't know what I saw.
I don't know what I saw, but I can tell you what it did.
Yeah.
And I can tell you we don't have anything that does that.
Yeah, because I think he was in the F-22 Raptor, which was like the most capable.
We have nothing that does that.
wish
And
we
it
did.
stops.
That'd be sweet.
And it just stops.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? And actively blocked, do nothing.
It's just bonkers, man. You have the most powerful military in the world. That can't explain what's flying in front of them.
Yeah. And they
What's
were
your
able to
explanation for that?
able to turn off our systems.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh.
It's a little spooky.
And this guy has nothing to gain. He has zero to gain.
Yeah.
Zero to gain by coming out publicly and talking about this. It'll happen. You guys have the Alienstock. You guys are planning some other stuff that's going to be coming out. I'm hoping. Have you created a page? Is there a page on Facebook where people can find you?
Yeah, we actually have the Alienstock Facebook page and Instagram, which is Area 51 Matty, and then my Facebook page is obviously just Matty Roberts. So I just post.
I'm assuming you're
updates
over
on-
your 5,000 limit by now.
On Facebook, yeah. I think I have like 1,200 pending friend requests right now.
Jesus.
You can still follow me though.
You can follow what I'm doing. Oh my God, it's so cool. It becomes like one of the most talked about things of last year. I mean, hands down.
I'm walking through the grocery store, and this was before I came out on the news publicly, and the event is still kind of small. And I'm walking through the grocery store, and I just hear these kids talking about Storm crazy, accidentally famous.
Yeah,
it's weird.
he's not really an influencer. He's a disruptor.
Which
And
is
that's
great.
better.
Which is even
It's way more fun.
I find way more fun.
Yeah.
I find way more fun. Way more fun.
Brock coined that term.
I like causing trouble.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, who doesn't really? No one's ever had fun sticking to the rule. Tell me what you can tell us.
We're organizing an event.
An event for to
Capitol
correspond
Lawn.
with a certain thing.
It's about a month before. We're hoping for about a few weeks before the election.
Ah, nice.
So
nice.
and obviously peaceful protest. Couple speakers. But
So here's a funny thing. How many? I'm assuming you had to go get a PO box at some point. So
Actually,
people,
no.
Are people mailing stuff to your house?
The only mail I had. Yeah. Well, before I never got it. Nobody knows where I live except for, of course, the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Except the people that actually will kill you.
Yeah. Have you gotten any like really weird gifts? Having like weird fan people been like, here, it's this.
Actually, no, I haven't really gotten on me.
Have you? So here's the thing. How many interesting requests have you gotten on that?
Oh my God, man.
How many? I'm sure.
To be as clean as possible with this?
Well, you don't have to be. That's the beauty of the internet.
The amount of ass in my inbox whenever I went public with this was just great.
Was it? Were all of them great though?
No. No.
So that's the one I want to talk about because the great ones are great, and I get those, and I'm sure they're fantastic. Maybe we can look into that after the show's over. You're like, do you not have a mirror at home?
Hey, now, is your mirror broken again?
There was a couple that looked like they'd be pictures of their asshole, and I'm like, I don't want to see this. At least get it bleached
Matty
or
Roberts,
something.
looking at ass.
They're hoping for.
See, what you need to do is you need to like print them and then make a collage. Make like a decoupage furniture. Just make a chair of all the photos you've ever got stock, and you're carried out in it with a chair covered in nothing but vaginas and buttholes of people who've sent this to you, and then you auction it off for charity in alien heads or masks.
Yeah, there was actually at the actual event, man. There was a ton of people that were dressed up, but in the nudes, not so much.
No.
It would have been way cooler thing.
Yeah, do some work.
Be artistic with it. I've seen 30 of these today. Come on.
I've seen 30 of these today.
That's how bad it got.
Oh my God, your life is so hard, Matty. Oh my goodness. Meanwhile, there's some kid in Arkansas.
Here's some alien girls.
Oh, nice. Can we zoom in on this? What camera should I put in? This is not nude. It's not nude or anything.
No.
What camera?
It's not nude, but it is lewd.
We tried.
No, the girls they're dressed tastefully. Very.
I've been wanting to do that costume forever.
It's
that was a fetish and fantasy ball.
Nice.
We sponsored it.
Great,
all the girls
I had a whip
dress
and
up.
everything.
That's super cool. So here's something that I like to ask people. So we're in the last parts of the show here in town.
My favorite thing to do here in town is actually downtown. I don't like the Strip at all.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of
Have
tourists.
you been to Evil Pie?
Evil Pie is
that
one of my...
promote? I literally, when I get people in from New York into the museum, because I ask people where they're from, and I'm like, oh, man, the pizza here is terrible. They're like, yeah. I was like, well, let me tell you about something.
Yeah. That's exactly what I told my
Pie.
friends when they were just here. I always take all my friends to Evil Pie.
I love that friggin' place.
And he's got that and the Golden Tiki,
yes,
which is the second coolest bar in town.
It is really one of the coolest by far. Yeah,
I'll give you Brendan's number.
I'd love to have him on. I break, and we were like, oh, let's just go great pizza. And walked in, it was like $6 for a slice of pizza. I'm from New York, what are you gonna do? But I walked in and I was like, well, let's just get it. And I bit into it. I'm like, this is amazing.
It's really good pizza, man.
And now he's got all vegan stuff.
And they have cheap beer, which is the coolest
part. Now he's got all vegan stuff.
It's not keto.
I don't care. So now he's got a whole vegan. He's got like 4 new vegan pizzas.
And I heard they're killer.
Oh my! I haven't had them yet, but I wear leather and I like it. But my thing was for health reasons. It's been a fantastic change. It's been a fantastic change for me. But let me tell you, the vegan options in this town are amazing.
Yeah, you were talking about something
so much good
dude. Modern vegan.
You said something about that the other day.
Let me tell you, modern vegan. It's fantastic. Fantastic life. Chef Kenny. It's on Spring Mountain and Rainbow. It's in Koreatown. It's in this little corner, and he makes sushi, vegan sushi, and you will be hard pressed to realize it's not actually fish. Huh. You will doubt yourself. It's unbelievable.
That's bonkers.
It is so good. It blows your mind.
What is it?
What is
it's all protein stuff. But it's plant-based.
They're talking about all these protein burgers. Well, hamburger scares the shit out of me.
Well, they cook it on the same grill. So it's probably got leftover.
What is it?
I don't know. It's great though.
It's probably some alien.
It's not any worse than anything else.
Alien flavoring.
Yeah,
alien steak.
Need alien burgers. That's what you need.
That's right.
Alien themed everything.
That's right.
Green hot dogs.
Oh,
So
I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah. So obviously we went over the alien thing.
I want to.
It's we'll try to make that happen. It's by far not just because I work there. Don't get me wrong.
It's by far the best attraction in Las Vegas.
We have
Hands
become.
down.
That's what I keep getting told.
We have become the number one tourist destination in town as far as like just attraction.
There's nothing you could ever compare that place to.
Yeah, first of all, it takes about to have physically. You can see his bones
And his dentures. Too.
Yeah, we have his dentures, his shirt, eyeglasses, artwork. I mean, Zach spared no expense. This
Every
museum,
corner of
if
this
you
museum.
like weird stuff, even if you're not into the paranormal stuff, just the artifacts that are in there, just on a historical level, are by far the best.
It's
so
was my
good.
entire childhood. It was just all the creepy shit.
Yeah, it's so good. I couldn't believe. I mean, I lucked out like a so good. Like he called me up and was like, "Hey man, come down and talk to me." He's a great guy. I can't say enough good things about him. I see people online saying all kinds of stupid shit.
You see the
But
picture?
I talk to the guy a lot, and he's a fantastic guy.
Have you seen the picture in the lawn? Funny because Holly Madison and her hate each other.
Really? Yeah. Well, that's a whole other thing. But we just had we get a lot of celebrities. For me, one of the best ones was Sid Hagen, Bill.
Yeah, Jonathan Davis comes.
Yeah,
there
Jonathan
too.
comes through all the time because he's really good friends
Jonathan's
with
a cool dude. I've had
the
the chance to talk to him a couple times.
He's from Bakersfield.
Yeah,
I'm
you're from Bakersfield.
Yeah.
So do you know George the Giant? He's a sideshow guy. He went to high school with Jonathan and those guys.
I don't think
Legit Giant.
How's his? Is it a cool exhibit?
Yeah, it's a pop-up like freak show museum. It's just filled with all kinds of cool shit. It's really cool.
Maybe we should take him to Salem.
Yeah, you should.
Let's do it.
I tell you,
That'd
it's
be
awesome.
sick.
Yeah. Also, the other thing is you ever seen the movie Big Fish?
Yes.
So in the thing where the main joke.
Wow.
So there you go. I mean, yeah,
That's pretty
funny.
bonkers.
He actually messaged me yesterday and was like, "Hey, that kid's from Bakersfield," which I thought was super funny. I was like, "Oh my god."
Brandon's from Bakersfield too.
Who?
Brandon, the dude that owns Evil Pie.
Oh, is he really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so cool. Yeah, I love that fucking place. You had to walk around with a gun and a knife.
You didn't
like-
walk outside.
You didn't go down
the lights.
past
Yeah.
the thing. I remember when they were building that overhead thing.
Yeah.
When I first got here, they were just finishing it, and it was amazing.
That was
I
just
mean,
the old
I remember
Shark-
when
the old Shark Club days.
Oh my god! Oh, Sharks! I remember Sharks.
Yeah.
And they had a sex shop in connected, and we used to wear tuxedos when we worked there. Now it looks like not like that.
Filthy.
Let's put it that way.
It doesn't look very good anymore.
That's 18 and over, but you could bring in booze.
Yeah.
And they tried that for a
Yeah.
while. You could bring in an ice chest.
Yeah, you can bring in
Are
your
you
own
serious?
booze. Yeah. Oh yeah. We couldn't serve it to you. It was a weird thing because they were like on the other side of
Were
the
you
tracks.
DJing there? Or?
No. I was working. I was a floor manager.
Really?
Yeah. My job was to walk around and charge girls stuff, and then they would yell at me and call me names because I was a prick, and I would charge them when they would screw up.
Like the wildest thing you've
It's
seen.
funny that you said because at the time I got here in '94, so '95 technically.
Yeah.
I got here in December.
Yeah.
I worked at the Palomino.
Back when girls did feature acts, and she
Samina,
did
I
like
remember
magic
her.
and stuff like that, like a vampire act.
Downstairs.
Yeah. She was like one of the main girls.
Long black hair, right?
Yeah. More time because we could talk forever. Just to let you guys know, go to afterdark.host. You can check out all of our pages, all of our stuff. Download our app at Go Live Vegas. You can go for app. You can find them on Twitter and all that kind of good stuff. You can see me 5 days a week at Zach Bagan's Haunted Museum. I'm dark on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Check us out online. Matty, Frank, I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much for coming in, man. This has been a pleasure.
Thanks for
and
having
so
us,
much
man.
fun,
It was a
dude.
blast.
I've been looking forward to this, and I can't wait to see Alienstock this year, man. This is gonna be great.
It's gonna be a blast, man. I
We'll
hope to
bring
see
you
there.
guys.